God. Truly, without his blessings, it could have gone all wrong. Secondly, I believe that from His Excellency the President right down to the last soldier who participated had clear and good intentions. And thirdly, it was executed with not only with military precision, but also with the professionalism and discipline that you would expect of a highly trained armed forces. So I guess these are the reasons why perhaps it succeeded in the manner, but most of all, I guess, due to the blessings of Almighty Allah.
You are a politician, and prior to July 22nd and post July 22nd, you've seen both administrations, the PPP administration from 1965 independence up to 1994, and from 1994 to date, you've seen two administrations at work. What will you deem as advantages of the Second Republic compared to the First Republic in terms of development?
You see, the basic difference between pre and post 1994 is that for 30 years, the former regime, the former government, had not built one government high school for the Gambian people. One single government high school. We have Gambia High, St. Augustine's, Nusrat, etc., Armitage, which was built in 1927. You know, we cannot boast of any senior secondary school in this country. Now we have an array of senior secondary schools in almost every constituency in this Gambia. To Malik, we are on TV. How can you convince somebody that up to 1994, a country that had gained independence for 30 years cannot boast of having a television station? I mean, the reason one can adduce to is that television is a powerful instrument of information dissemination. And the more people are enlightened, the better they can make informed decisions. So they left us in darkness. The only time we can talk about having a TV station now is 1994. Malik, hospital, health. We used to have Bansang and Royal Victoria hospitals built by our colonial masters. A government that has been in power for 30 years, you cannot boast of adding one general hospital. So the only time we enjoy another additional general hospitals is during the time of the APRC. And Malik, finally, the cream to development, the cream of our society, and the only powerful instruments we should do to ensure that we have success is to ensure we educate our people. Pre-1994, there was no university in the Gambia. And when His Excellency the President talked about University of the Gambia, some doubting Thomases believed that he was dreaming. Now we are, within a short period, we can boast of one of the best universities we have. How many young Gambians have graduated from these universities who otherwise would have been left here, or their parents would have sold their compounds or their booths to allow them to move to Europe, to go and go to Europe for greener pastures. Some of them may succeed. Then the scholarship distribution was centered on the elite, on whom we know that. Even currently, the number of students we have abroad on various specialized courses is uncountable. So you can see, Malik, the marked differences that existed between the then government and this government.
In the First Republic, a woman like Aji Hadi Pane traveling all the way to Beijing to attend the conference, would that scenario have been possible in either of the two periods, the colonial period, the First Republic?
Not really. Not really, because women didn't have that confidence to be outspoken. Women didn't believe in themselves as much as they do now. I must say that it's a completely different scenario. And one thing I would also want to say here is, gone are those days when you have a gathering and you have the women from the urban area and from the rural areas. and you differentiate between them. Now you cannot differentiate who is from upcountry, because there's empowerment. And I think His Excellency the President's main focus when he came into power was to focus on the women, really. First and foremost, what he did was to institute the girls' education projects, one of which, as you know, is under his office. And to date, if I don't even give you the numbers of girls that have had opportunities because they are benefiting from scholarships from PEGEP, just talking about the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, there are a large number of girls that have access scholarships that are currently from grade 7 to grade 12. We're talking about 137,000, almost 138,000 girls that are benefiting from scholarships from government to be in the upper basic schools, you know, in the senior secondary schools, and even GTTI, because we go beyond the secondary schools in our case to fund girls at GTTI, at MDI. But that also excludes the numbers of girls that are being picked up at the level of the Scholarship Advisory Board. You know, there is Jame Foundation for Peace. You know also that there is PEGEP, and they're all picking the girls. But I must say that a lot of resources have been mobilized by His Excellency the President to make sure that girls go to school. You know, sometimes we even look around and we say, what's happening to our boys? And we are beginning to pick the boys, because really we don't want our girls now to leave school and wouldn't have husbands. So we are also picking the boys now. So at the level of our own ministry, what we've done is to change even our girls' education unit to a gender education unit, so that we continue to maintain the parity, because it's an international target that we need to meet, and we are sticking by that. But really, women have become more outspoken. Women believe in themselves. Women are brave enough now to get into domains that initially were male domains. Even in business, we've seen women, you know, owning hotels now and doing very well. We've seen women, you know, if you look at the business sector, a large number of women are traveling in and out of the country, going to developed countries to market their products. Women are into all sorts of things in this country that is development related.
18 years today, as we reflect on July 22nd, it was worth having a revolution back in 1994.
There's no debate about that. There was a need for change, and we thank God that the change came in the manner that it did. It was a bloodless coup. We had a very successful transition from 1994 to 1996 to democracy. Since then, we have just seen development after development, and obviously we are going to see a lot more in the future. I envisage a Gambia that would be a paradise, not only in West Africa, but within Africa as a whole. The only thing that we need to do as a people is come together, unite more, speak in one voice, make sure that we recognize that whatever we do, whether right or wrong, it's the country and the future generations that are going to pay for it. So if we do the right things right now, then our children's children will reap the benefits of our sacrifices. And surely, definitely, like President Jammeh had said from the beginning, he wanted to lay a solid foundation upon which no one else would have any excuse but to build further. And I believe that the Gambia has a very bright future.
How has the National Assembly been able to complement government's development plans?
A member of parliament now is only a member of parliament. You cannot be a member of parliament and be part of the executive. So your responsibility as a National Assembly member,